Ibiza. For almost 2 decades, this small Spanish island remains the single biggest focus on most DJs and clubbers' annual calendars. However, the recent ban of the after-hour parties have resulted in some serious backlash from partygoers, promoters and DJs alike. The IMS has brought every single club representative in Ibiza together for the very first time to discuss the future of the island. So what do the Clubland elite really think of the changes in the new law?
I think that this problem affects first space illicit end, because this law is first to stop the after hour in the morning and during the day. I think if the situation will be better for the government, will be better for the club, and can help the island to be better, we are happy to organize this thing with the government.
Work together.
Together. This is my opinion, nothing more. Obviously, for me it was better to start at 8 o'clock in the morning, but what I can do now, this is the real situation. I need to respect what is going to happen.
It looks like the clubbing scene is facing an evolution, because, for example, since now on, it's going to be after hours, so some clubs they're going to open like at 6 p.m, so maybe it's like a new concept is coming to the island, like doing 12 hours long parties and things like that. But everything is evolution, we understand. And if it helps for the image of the Ibiza internationally, we agree, and we will be there for anything the government needs, I
mean, first of all, I'd like to say I think it's actually a really positive thing that these after-hour laws are coming in. At the end of the day, you've got to be realistic about this. The island's changed, the world's changed. I don't think the government can actually endorse a culture that means that drug taking is almost compulsory to stay up for 4 or 5 days in a row. So I think ultimately this had to happen, but let's be realistic about it. There's a market force for after hours, and after hour parties will not go away. I think the difference is people like me, who have now become a little bit of the establishment, will not be doing them, and probably very few people on this table will be doing them. But I think out of this what we're going to get is a new breed of creativity. We're going to get new, younger promoters that will break the law, that will find ways to do these little parties, and we'll get new talent coming through, and I think that's a really positive thing. And the government may not... Bottom line is, we are a bunch of dinosaurs sometimes as an organisation. I mean that as club owners, I mean that as club promoters, and I mean this as certainly as politicians in the past. So I think it's really, really great that the laws have changed and we're going to get some creativity back on this island. It damn well needs it, because you know what? It has been stale and dull for a long, long time, and I think we've rested on our laurels, we've rested on corporate sponsorship, and the island needs to change, and it's going to, which is great. I'm not going to be doing illegal after-hours parties, but I'm quite happy that there'll be other people that will.
There will be illegal parties, like there have been and there will always be. And I guess the most problem on these illegal parties is the safety aspect, as they are mostly in those villas without any safety regulations. And me personally, I've seen a lot of them, and it can be that in a small villa, 500-600 people dancing around the pool. It's this aspect that should be regulated by the police. Club-wise, I can and will not make any comment on it if they are behind it or not. I think it's more a question to the guy of the government to find a regulation on this.
The solution, which won't work yet unfortunately, is self-regulation. I mean, all these industries across the UK and other places in this world self-regulate. Now the problem is, as an organisation, the clubs are not at a level where they could self-regulate yet, unfortunately, because there's nothing wrong with a party in space happening at 10 o'clock in the morning that's full of people that have got up and have decided to dance in the day. Nobody's got a problem with that. The issue is people that have been up for 2 or 3 days taking drugs, and that image is what they want to change. So, I could go to WAN now and I could say, I want to launch a new party called Kid You Mission, based on 12-year-old kids that would be completely drug-free, would sell pop and ice cream, but I wouldn't be allowed to do it because it's a daytime party. Now, surely there will come a point where we can sit there and say, dancing in the day is not a problem, but there has to be a level of law, and there's so many loopholes that what we have to do is get the owners of the clubs to be a little bit responsible and respect the meaning behind the law rather than the law itself, and actually sit there and allow the government to give them a little bit more flexibility, because they won't take the piss. And I'm sorry, in the past, what's happened is clubs have taken the piss out of the loopholes in the law. And that's why we're being hammered now. So let's all change a bit and maybe we'll get a better future.